Okay, I want you to forget everything you think you know about accounts payable. Seriously, because we're about to show you how to transform what is probably one of your biggest cost centers into a powerful cash flow generating machine, all through the power of electronic invoicing.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start by putting a real dollar amount on the problem. Then we'll dive deep into the tech that solves it, get a handle on the rules of the road, and see the whole automated process in action. After that, we'll map out your implementation and take a peek at what's coming next. Let's jump in.
First things first, let's talk about the real cost of sticking with paper. The problem with manual invoicing is, well, it's a lot bigger and way more expensive than most people realize. We're talking about a very specific number that is heading your bottom line right now. $38. That's it. That's the average all-in cost to process one single paper invoice. And look, this isn't just the price of paper and a stamp. We're talking about labor, manual data entry, storage, and all that time spent tracking down approvals and fixing errors. It adds up incredibly fast. Now look at this. $1.35. That is the cost for the exact same invoice when it's processed electronically through a system called EDI. The difference here isn't just a little cost saving, it is a fundamental shift. We're talking about a 96% reduction in processing costs? That is staggering. And here is where all that efficiency really pays off: your cash flow. The average payment cycle for a manual invoice? A whopping 22 days. With e-invoicing, you crush that down to just 2 days. I mean, just think about it. What could your business do if you unlocked 3 weeks of cash flow every single month? So here's the bottom line. Manual processing is slow, it's riddled with errors, and it still accounts for over half of all invoices in North America. True e-invoicing, on the other hand, is automated, it's accurate, and it slashes those costs by 60 to 80%. Do the math for a second. Multiply your monthly invoice volume by $38. That number you're looking at, that's your opportunity.
Okay, so what is true e-invoicing, really? Let's just get one huge misconception out of the way right now. Sending a PDF invoice attached to an email, that is not e-invoicing. It's just digital paper. Someone still has to open it, read it, and manually key all that data into another system. See, true e-invoicing is all about structured, machine-readable data. The information is created and sent in a special format that the receiver's computer system can instantly read, validate, and process, all without a human ever touching it. It's a direct system-to-system conversation. No manual entry needed.
And you know, this isn't some brand new idea. It's been evolving for decades. The concept was actually born way back in 1965 with the first EDI transactions. It grew in the 70s and then really took off in the 90s with the internet. What makes today so different is that we now have these fully integrated AI-powered platforms that make this technology easier to use and more powerful than ever. The technology that makes all this happen can be broken down into a pretty simple 3-layer stack. Think of it like this. EDI is the solid foundation that lets systems talk to each other. OCR is the reader, turning documents into data. And then you have NLP and AI. That's the brain, which actually understands what it's all about. Let's start with that foundation, EDI. This is really the backbone of high-volume business-to-business communication. It takes your business documents, like an invoice, and translates them into a standard language that any other EDI-ready system can understand. This guarantees a secure and, totally seamless exchange. But hey, what about those invoices that still show up as a PDF or a scanned image? That's where OCR, or optical character recognition, comes into play. Just think of this as the system learning how to read. It looks at an image of a document and pulls out the letters and numbers, turning them into actual text data. It's the bridge from unstructured chaos to digital order. So, building on that, if OCR reads the text, NLP understands it. This is where the AI really shines. NLP is smart enough to tell the difference between a shipping address and a billing address, or figure out the invoice date versus the due date. It adds that critical context and intelligence that makes true, hands-off automation a reality. So we've got the tech layers down. Now let's look at the actual architecture, the systems, the rules, the formats that make this all work together in the real world. This is how different companies, all using different systems, can speak the same financial language fluently. A modern e-invoicing system has a few key parts that all have to work together. It starts with an on-ramp to get the invoices in. Then they're captured and categorized. Now, this is crucial. The system has to integrate with your main financial software, your ERP. From there, automated workflows apply your business rules, payments get sent, and you get full visibility from start to finish.
Now, to make sure everyone's system can talk to everyone else's, we have to rely on standards. Just think of them as common languages. Here in North America, the main one is ANSI X12, and specifically the 810 format for invoices. Over in Europe and Asia, you're going to see EDI fact a lot, and globally, XML is super popular for its flexibility. The point is, your system has to be able to speak your trading partner's language.
All right, we've got the tech and we've got the rules. So let's see how they all come together to create a completely automated workflow. We're going to follow an invoice on its journey from the moment it arrives to the moment it's paid, all without a single manual keystroke. So here's the journey. An invoice is captured. If it's a PDF, OCR grabs the text, and NLP figures out what it all means. Now, step 4 here is absolutely critical: validation. The system automatically matches the invoice to the purchase order and the receiving documents. If it all lines up, bam, it's posted directly into your financial system and the payment is processed. Just think about how many chances for human error just vanished. This all sounds fantastic, right? But how do you actually make it happen? We've covered the why and the what. Now let's get down to the how, with a clear, actionable plan to get this implemented in your organization. You can break down the path to implementation into 6 straightforward steps. First, you got to assess where you are right now. Second, choose the right solution for you. Third, create a detailed plan. Fourth, configure the system and get your data ready. Fifth, and you absolutely cannot skip this, test everything thoroughly to make sure the transition is smooth. And finally, you train your team and you go live. It's a methodical process that really takes the fear out of the change. And to make sure you succeed, you want to follow these best practices. Standardize your data internally so the system has clean information to work with. Have a clear plan for those rare exceptions that might need a human to look at them. And most importantly, keep the lines of communication wide open with your trading partners. Following these habits can knock down the number of problem invoices to less than 2%. So to wrap this all up, let's just recap the immense value here and look ahead. Because this kind of transformation isn't just some nice-to-have upgrade anymore. It's very quickly becoming the new standard for how business gets done. The payoff is just massive, and it hits on so many levels. You're looking at a 60 to 80% drop in processing costs, business cycles that are over 60% faster, a near-total elimination of manual data entry errors. It even speeds up your supply chain by 30% and seriously reduces your carbon footprint. This is a clear win across the entire organization, no matter how you slice it. So we'll leave you with this one last thought. The market for this technology is going to hit nearly $61 billion in the next decade. Your competition is already using it to slash their costs and supercharge their cash flow. So the question really isn't if your business will need to do this, it's what's your plan to get there.